How you doing? Let's talk about how and why, what creates, a sadistic child or a crazy child. Why does this happen? Um, I'm going to talk about my childhood. When I lived in Norwood, the things I did were awful. Very, very extreme pathological behavior. I was very sadistic as a child. And I realized why. Why I was the psychopath that I was as a child. Like I said in the video previous to this, right when I came out of my mother's womb, I had a really bad cleft lip. Really bad. Really bad. And basically it took 6 long surgeries, 6 to 8 maybe more than 6. Oh yeah, it took a lot of surgery. So basically, pain was the first emotion that I truly was consumed by. After, you know what I mean, from the age of 0 to, 10 years old, before I met my first girlfriend that oh my God. When I was 10 years old, I loved this girl, but then she moved. Oh my God. But my memory's crazy. It really is. I have an unbelievable memory. But I'm going to talk about why children go, this is why children go nuts. Like I said, all the surgeries and everything, before I felt really love or, the good emotions in life. My first emotions, were surgeries, chronic pain. They had to go into my back, take bone out, put it in there. They had to take all the upper teeth out, all my lower teeth. It was tough. Got made fun of a lot, and I ended up ended up doing some severe pathological type things. Things that I don't want to say what I did, because as a young child, because they were bad. They were awful. And I'm sorry about that. It takes a long time for the human mind to develop. It takes 25 years usually for the human mind to finally go full circle and understand why. Why was I a psychopathic child? What created this? Why was I doing some of the things I did? And you realize, like I said, I repeat myself because, you tend to, people's attention tends to veer off to different things. But, when you're a little child, and the negative emotions in life are the first things you experience, and it becomes contingent and goes on, for 9-10 years before you really experience something good. It creates a monster. And that's what I was. I was a little monster. A little monster. But, that's all right. It is what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. Actually, I was some of the stuff I did was so bad that we had to move towns. I had to kind of get out of Norwood. But, this is me explaining myself. And, just because little kids do crazy things doesn't mean that they're going to become an evil, sadistic, and psychopath and stay that way. It doesn't. Just because the little kids experiences chronic pain for so long and has to deal with so much bullshit, so many surgeries, so much fighting, so much anger, just because all that negative stuff turns you into, a monster, doesn't mean you can't recover. You can. And from the age, from 0 all the way to 25, it takes a long time for the human brain to develop. So it's it takes a long time. It does. And at a very young age, very, very young age, I already knew, very young, I already knew what opiates felt like. I already knew what drugs felt like. I'm talking really, really, really young. Like, I was, drugs, they have to give you, they have to anesthesia, they got to put you down. And then after all the surgeries, they have to give you opiates so you're not in pain. And I remember, I'm talking really, really young, like too young. I would literally open up the medicine cabinet and try to take more prescription than I was supposed to, because I knew what it was. It's crazy. But I'm just, I'm explaining why, certain children may have these behaviors. And it doesn't mean that they can't recover. I've recovered, you know what I mean? I'm not a bad person, you know what I mean? I'm a good person. I believe I am a good person. I'm a good guy. And good guys don't finish last. They don't. Good guys become great men who finish first. Okay? But before I was a good guy, I was an evil monster. But just because you're an evil monster, the first period of your life does not mean you're gonna stay that way. It doesn't. Can be recovered. Peace.